Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Breast Cancer Physio. I'm your host Jen McKenzie, lymphedema physiotherapist and ESSA accredited exercise physiologist. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with everybody what has happened to my YouTube channel since launching it 4 months ago. I cannot believe what has happened. What I used to think was a local Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia issue, that being side effects of breast cancer treatment, I have now had a massive realization as to how global these issues that I'm treating every week really are. So without further ado, if you enjoy this content and you would like to see more, then please subscribe to my channel, which is the big red button down below this video. Give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment in the section below if you would like more information on any topics around breast cancer. So firstly, let's just talk about why I started this channel in the first place. Now, of course, you'd imagine that COVID probably had something to do with it because so many people couldn't get to their therapist. They might not have been able to leave their homes to go to a physiotherapy appointment. And then there's also people who, even before COVID hit, people in rural, remote regions or third world countries even who may not be able to access lymphedema therapists or health professionals that specialize in breast cancer. They may not be able to even access this sort of information even before COVID was around. So there was lots of reasons I wanted to start this channel that were to do with location and COVID. But more importantly, what I really noticed with all of my patients was that when you get diagnosed with breast cancer, there's a hell of a lot of information that you have to start retaining and absorbing right from the word you have breast cancer, or right from the words you have breast cancer. This information is sort of a forced learning situation because we now expect the patient to be involved with their treatment decisions. So it's not really a situation now where you can bury your head in the sand and get people just to tell you what you're going to do. There is a general expectation that you'll be involved in the decision-making process. So you have to start learning a lot about breast cancer really quite quickly. And to learn about breast cancer in a really short space of time, when you're under a huge amount of stress, fear, anxiety, that's a hell of a lot to take on. So the reason I did this YouTube channel was so that people were able to access a free resource which they could watch the information over and over again. So it's basically as many times as they needed to do it. Because I think one of the hardest things for patients with breast cancer is that they'll go to a medical appointment where they sit down and they listen to a medical professional talk. They might be lucky enough to get a few sheets of paper or a pamphlet on a topic, but retaining everything that was spoken about and questions that were answered within that appointment, that can be really hard. And there's another video that I've done, which I'll just put a little tag up to now, saying how much information do I actually need to know with regards to breast cancer. But in that video, I go into detail about even, being able to record that information. That's not always allowed, but the reason I did the YouTube channel was really because I thought this would be a great learning format so that people could absorb and retain information a little bit easier. So what has happened in the last 4 months since launching this channel? So the current statistics are as follows. This channel in the last 4 months has had over 9,000 views, it's had over 830 watch hours, and it's currently sitting at 373 subscribers. Now, by the time this video launches, guys, there'll probably be, over 400 subscribers. And overall, these statistics aren't that flash. When you compare it to some of the bigger, fancy YouTube channels, those numbers are quite small. But what's really significant is that people who have breast cancer are jumping on this channel, and I keep getting these same really positive comments, such as, "I'm so glad I found these videos. Thank you so much for doing this. This is the best information I've got so far." Now, that's not to say that every single person on the planet who's had breast cancer can't access great help somewhere close to them. But what's fascinating for me is that I'm currently getting people from the UK, from the USA, from India, New Zealand, the Caribbean, Australia, all over the world. People are talking to me about the same themes, whether it's shoulder pain, shoulder restriction, scars, breast pain, weight gain, lymphedema, preventing lymphedema, cording. all of the same themes are coming out all the time from people all over the world. And one of the reasons I really wanted to do this video for you guys is to, number one, at least reassure you that the symptoms you've probably got following breast cancer or when you're going through breast cancer, people all over the world have these symptoms, and we have to find a way to try to get the system better so that not so many people have so many issues for such a long time after their breast cancer. That's what I'm most passionate about. It's really, at the end of the day, is changing the current culture. I've spoken about this in a couple of videos I've done before, but really the absolute reason that this issue gets me out of bed every day is that what tends to happen is that patients will get diagnosed with breast cancer, they will go through their surgery, chemotherapy, radiation, and whatever that orders in, and plus or minus whatever treatment techniques they're using. But at the end of the day, so many people will be told, we'll see you in 12 months once that final radiation or chemotherapy session is complete. There's nowhere near enough referral onto physiotherapy, dietetics, social workers, psychologists, counsellors, you name it. It's all under that banner of allied health. So yeah, so I'm really wanting to push the message in this video that we have global issues with breast cancer. They're not just in Australia, they're not just in Queensland, they're all over the world. So what can we get you guys to do about this? If you have a local GP, if you see a medical oncologist or a radiation oncologist, if you have a breast care nurse, if you're going back to see your breast surgeon, if you have a nurse navigator, if you see a radiation therapist, or if you just have friends and family that have been diagnosed or have gone through breast cancer, tell them about this channel, because I would love for as many people in the world to know that channels like this exist and that there's help around for all of these side effects of breast cancer. It is unbelievably common that patients will start to think that, oh man, this is probably just me. I'm probably the only person in the world with these issues going on. But I can tell you right now, ladies and gents, that the issues that I see in my clinic in Queensland, in Australia, every week are happening all over the world. And that if our medical professionals would just recognise that we need to refer patients on to allied health professionals, then we are going to have people not only surviving breast cancer but thriving after their breast cancer. It's way too common that patients get left with side effects that they that ruin their quality of life, and they really get to the point where they feel like there is no help around, which is just not true. I really hope you've enjoyed this video and gained some very interesting information out of this one. I hope you're having a fantastic week wherever you are. If you have any questions about global issues on breast cancer, then please reach out and leave a comment in the section below. I'd love to hear from you. Hope you have a fantastic week wherever you are. I'm Jen McKenzie, the Breast Cancer Physio. I'll see you next time.